Is it possible? You sure? Can you also stand half an hour no smartphones? That would be nice. Yeah, very nice. Well, my name is Miha Pogacnik, and I am concert violinist, but for many decades I have been working with the leading companies of the world to bring the resonance into the organization. Resonance was mentioned this morning already. Yes, I'll tell you, I will now take you on a journey of a musical strategy, classical musical strategy. But before I do that, let me quickly tell you when in my life I have realized how important resonance is. Resonance. Imagine organization, imagine symphony orchestra. You know, symphony orchestra consists of many egos, many people politically motivated, problem people. And there you have organizations, and they are angels in compared with musicians. They are really, managers are angels, yes. But the difference is that musicians play masterpieces, something genius, and that takes them to that place when they perform. And what do the managers play? Something boring usually, you know, bottom line or something like that. So they stay in that realm of problems. So we tend to get people to resonance platform. Now, resonance, I discovered 4 years ago. I played the Cheops pyramid after hundreds of cathedrals and great spaces. Do you know Cheops pyramid in Egypt? It has enormous resonance, so that I almost didn't live through it. I had a heart attack. But it's forbidden, so it was a commando action to get in there. And since then, I'm always trying to create resonance. You know, HR means human resonance. Huh? In anybody here from HR? Yeah. So now this morning, I was sitting all the morning here and listening. This morning, mostly the talk is about public sector and the private sector, right? But nobody talks about culture. Because culture, perhaps the most powerful inner substance that we live. But we think is, oh, well, culture is not so important, as long as business goes and all that. But I'll tell you, I'm working right now on what I call polyphonic European identity. Polyphonic European identity. We work with Brussels, with commissions, with governments and all that. How to find in each country that essence of culture that can play together with other essence. So when I speak about England, I think about Shakespeare. When I speak about Germany, I think Goethe. If I speak about France, it's Cézanne. If it's Slovenia, it's Prešern. You understand? Hungary is Bartók. Hungarians here? Yeah. You see, this genius, they were able to extract the most powerful essence, universal essence out of different culture. And now we put it in museums. You know, this is locked up in museum, locked up in a concert hall, locked up and then some people go to the concerts. But it loses cutting edge. The art has to be repositioned today to be playing central role of transformation of society. And that's what we are doing since 20, 30 years. Now, this pyramid with its incredible resonance is also a curse of humanity. You know that? So we have here Maslow. You have here basic needs. Eating, drinking, you know, all that. And so budgets, all that stuff, yeah. So this is basic needs. What does that correspond to? Correspond to globalized world. Globalized world, you know, it's all the same. Technology is the same in States, in Slovenia, everywhere. It's the same technology. Yeah, okay, why not? We can use it. What's the next? Here, on the top, what is here? At the top is genius, uniqueness, meaning, creativity, self, yeah? Stuff that you heard from the Red Monkey, no? Stuff we do at the Bled School of Management, yes? So, Danica, kiss, yeah. Well, some people have courage. Now, you see, at the top is but we say, as we are there, we say, oh, I'll do this when I'm retired. You know? Now, I have other things. I have to make my budgets. Now, in the middle, of course, you know now already, in the middle is the state. So this is economy, this is state, and this is culture. But the problem is that the culture is always somewhere there and we don't have energy to get there. So what do the artists do? What is our trick to get there? Do you want to know? This is expensive, yeah. We turn the pyramid on the head and we educate ourselves that genius is our basic need. It's as simple as that. You understand? One has to have the courage to put the highest as a bottom line, not to wait until it comes to your hands, or your lap or so on. We educate ourselves. It is a daily struggle. It is a passion. Passion, how did you say? To suffer the passion this morning. Yeah. We suffer the passion to get there, and then we come back and tell the story. Yeah. So I'll tell you the story now. Yeah, you know that. People want to go from here to here. Is that clear, huh? In business? It's called, yeah, but you don't know. You think, I want to get there. No, target. No, it doesn't work. You have to go all the way down to this crisis and then come back. I'll show you this journey quickly. We don't have much time. We don't have much time, but I'll try to get it. You are very intelligent, so I can go very fast. Otherwise, it takes me half an hour, half a day. So, Thema. You remember already we had Thema today in the morning. Who was here in the morning? Yeah, so you already know what subject means. It is like a brand. It is like a goal where you want to go. And then the masterpiece implements that goal and goes through all kind of difficulties and troubles to get through. So now I will show you another theme. Pattern, yeah? What's the pattern? It says first, yeah. That's the first thing. It's energy. Can you see? It's like killing something, yeah? It's very male, no? What comes then? Then comes the woman, huh? Yeah. So I don't do this in Dubai, of course. Yeah, but yeah. But you understand, you have here in the beginning of the fugue, you have the opposite that come together as a polarity, and then that gets into the process and fulfillment and into the goal. Now I will take this one today, shortest. Let's call it this way. You go home after this Bled forum. Do you think you will have at least 3 ideas you would like to put to work? I mean, you are here to shop for ideas, aren't you? So imagine you have 3 ideas you want to really get executed. No, you don't use that. No? Implement it, embody it. Yes? So 3 ideas. There are 3. And then it's a breakthrough. And so on. Yeah, exactly. Now it starts implementing. Now what if this happens? What happened? You went to McKinsey. Yeah, too much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So if you have too many, you have too many ideas. I hope there is nobody from McKinsey here. Yeah, you can say also Gemini. Doesn't matter. They all analyze and serve you 60 ideas, and of course you cannot do anything. So we need to reduce. You have to know what is the most essential, and then move with that essential. That's what we are doing now with European Commission, to reduce to the most essentials. Now. So what you heard now as a process, it says, you do this, you do that, you do that, yesterday. Yeah? It is sort of commanding into different divisions. Somebody said, me? Ooh, that is the first dissident. Somebody said, me? Yeah, yeah. Now, we have to hear this person who does not believe in command control. Yeah, is it clear? If you don't hear them, you miss the point later. So, once again. panic. Now everybody's running. Ooh, can you hear that? Yeah. So if you don't hear your people, that's what they feel inside. I'm showing the inner condition, not the outer. The inner condition. Like, how can I get out of this situation? So you see the pattern changes. That's important. Can you hear that? No more three nice things. You're just trying to get through the labyrinth. One could also call it fear. That's how it feels when you have fear. Not in Slovenia, but in the rest of the world, there are many companies who operate on fear. Yeah, as a tool. Yeah? What do you think? Yeah? Fear. So what happens then? Reaction. Reaction. More power. And take over. Yeah, so this is corporate cycle. Pressure, panic, more pressure, and take over. Is this clear? Let us quickly look at this more pressure. This is when people try to solve problems with more power. And of course, it doesn't work. So you see, it's powerful, it's three-voice, but it is changing the original idea. It's only 1, 2, go, 1, and then 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah? And sings, yeah, goes down. I mean, it's the same also in the marriage. Yeah? Do you know that? If you are 10 years married, your experience. But this is not just company. It's also relationships. So this doesn't work. So we need to perform a piece of magic here. What is it? It's called let go. Let go is the only way out of this dead end. Now, I'm so pleased that women are in the first row, so they understand. Yeah, did you know this? It is reinstituting original idea on the higher level and gentle, yeah, because gentle is okay. You must not only be tough, this is 19th century. Can you notice? Now it's about, and it's not top down, it is now horizontal. By the way, this is Johann Sebastian Bach, 300 years old. Innovation. Yeah, he knew already. So you hear the first voice starts and the second answers. And it is called canon. And then it goes in a circle. A little bit of this, a little bit that. Somebody says, what are you talking about? They say, won't tell you. Okay, I go to Google. Yeah. So it goes top down, bottom up. Third one. Three together. Can you hear dynamics, how it is evolving? Conversation, and then the third one comes in. Now, why are you smiling? Did you get it? Yeah. And it goes now bottom up. Not top down, now it turns around, now it starts exploring bottom out. Now what happens if it goes this way? We always think top down, don't we? Can you keep the same volume for the... changes, the subtle changes. Because it's very important. You see, in music, we are actively learning emotional intelligence. Because you have to experience and at the same time observe. We cannot do that in normal management. Either we got lost in emotions and feelings, or we are cold, everybody hates you. So how do we bring these two together, bloody? You see, and in music we can learn. You have here change. It was for a long time, yeah, is that clear? And then suddenly, the opposite, polarity, sounds something like this. So, yeah, which means we notice that most of the problems cannot be solved in the head alone. That's why I call it no more brainstorming. I call it heart storming. We're changing the corporate language, heart storming, which means thinking in the heart. It has to move into the heart. Do you notice the warmth, tension release like a breath in and out? Yes, is this clear? So where does it go? Aha, they don't like it. You see, that's the resistance. If you get that far, this is usually the offside. Oh, people go offside, have a good time, hold hands, and then they go back to the killing. Yeah, now, if you make it up to the feelings, then you expect resistance. If you get no resistance, you are dead wrong, I can tell you. Only resistance can tell you where your work goes. Do you have resistance? Resistance? No? Yes? Yes? Yeah, resistance. There, it's really very important to watch for resistance. So, I have only resistance in my life, all the time, except with Danica. Huh? Yeah. More! Something like this, and something is going through. Yeah, did you hear that? There is something going through. It is called Basso continuo, which means centering, and on the other hand, all the fire that can come. Not just budget or target, everything, risking 1000%. This is our philosophy of artists, and we like to share that with business people because they want to have everything neatly, very often. No? So you have here intensification. I play in such an attitude where I know it is now or never. Very important tool, because we try to always don't risk too much. But in music, only counts now or never. Otherwise, you don't get the real, genuine breakthrough. It's just fake breakthrough. So about genuine breakthrough. More! Why don't you sing with me this D? This, yeah. You sing that. Come on, not be scared. Sit straight. Nice. Yeah. So, you must increase the D, this voice, yes? And at the end, I give you a sign, then you scream shortly. Ah! And then we are through, yeah? Okay? Let's experiment. Stop filming, please. This is just internal. Yeah, is it okay? Yeah. So, give me day. Come on. More. Well, it's okay. Just relax. Let's go on. So what happens? What happens after this dramatic breakthrough? Think with me in terms of organization. I'm not just talking about music. Do you get the relationship already? If not, very soon. So what happens now? This is the sacred 0 point in life. I mean, have you been there? It happens around 49. The big crisis, big shit, yeah. You're too young. Okay, you'll get there, yeah. It's end of the 40s. You know, after all this drama, you know, a lot of drama, then suddenly only, yeah. But there is the light at the end of the tunnel, yeah. So as you see, all questions. You see, we are born by questions and then we are educated with answers. That's a problem, isn't it? We have to re-question everything, inclusive science. Can you imagine, yes? Because if you go to scientists when they are so solid about certain facts and you are persistent, at the end they will say, yeah, it's a theory. Just think about that. Yeah, it's a theory. So what's the problem here? You know what's the problem? All this here was a detour. We went away from original idea, but we needed to go on creative detour. Now, at the 0 point, I call it productive resignation. This is Goethe. Die produktive Resignationskraft, the power of productive resignation. You know, to properly, productively resign opens completely new doors in inner of human being. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a new term for business, but it's very practical. So, then you remember, origin. So original idea comes out of the ashes and establishes new platform. Original idea, this one. Yeah. What's the difference? At the beginning was somebody alone at the top. At the beginning, but now others are there. Now, because you went to this 0 point, you are joined by the others. You see, you are credible. It is called co-creation. Now, it's not just by yourself telling what to do. It rises bottom up and it is co-creative. Now, new opportunity arises. And this is what I call European leadership style. It has to do with periphery, working out of periphery. And listen what it happens. It has to do with let come, not let go. A completely new role, new rule emerges. Now it is emerging something new that was not there, out of the same. How does it sound? You get the spirit. At the beginning, it was top-down, negative, minor key. This is called out of the box, by the way. So, yeah. Negative. And now it is opposite. It grows bottom up and it is positive. It is in major key. In major key. Completely the opposite. Turning out, inside out. And I put a lot of light in it because this is what is called Rembrandt Effect. Have you ever heard any Dutch here? Anybody from Holland? Who is from Holland? So what is the Rembrandt Effect? Light coming from inside, not from outside. Yes, perfect. Yeah, so you see, this is what happens with the organization as well. You need a prototype that really starts working with emerging future, not with the past patterns. We'll do it there, ne? Yuri, shall we do that? Shall we do it? Yeah, we'll try. So it is now. All together, look. Four together. Goes up. Goes in. Now goes in. This is the most important contribution of European music. Verinnerlichung. There is no English word for that. Ponotranjenje, po slovensko. Ponotranjenje. Something that is outside becomes an inner experience and begins to shine. Yes? You can see in the eyes of HR people. Yeah, so. But you see, it's not enough to be touched by new quality. At the end, all needs to be integrated. That is why the final stage is integration. All this has to come together. And now, since my time is over, I will just play the last part and we will leave it with that. I will play the integration. But you will recognize all the elements now in the last stage, how they come together with great strength. Thank you very much for your good listening. Yeah, I should play the whole piece, but there is no time, you see. But you at least now know where the disruptive method started 30 years ago. Not in Silicon Valley. We do it, the artists. Yeah. Okay, let's go. What's the time? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Does anybody have a question? We have 1 minute, I was told. 1 minute for culture. Isn't that nice? How would you feel if economy would serve human being and not the other way around? Wouldn't that be interesting? But I tell you, without art, that cannot be achieved. We have the secret. But you have to talk to us. Well, thank you very much. Bye-bye.